Hi, I'm Bet from Bet's Makes, and today we're going to do some aligning of objects. And it's not as simple and straightforward as you might think it is, because some shapes are not perfect, and even when you create them and you go to center them, they don't align perfectly. So I'm going to show you a couple of little tips and tricks, and let's get started by having a new canvas. So we have a new project on the go. And I'm going to bring a shape or two in, so we'll bring in a circle and maybe a square, and I've got a couple of squares here, which is fine because I'm going to show you how to do this with a couple of squares. Now black's not my favorite, so I'm going to change one to a pink, and I'm going to change the other one maybe to an orange so that we can see what's going on. Now if I want to align these two together and I want to align them in the center, I can eyeball it and hope that they get there, but that's not always what happens. So I'm going to show you my little trick in order to get things to align perfectly. Now you see the width of this square is 3.1111. Well, I don't like odd numbers. I'm going to make it a 4-inch square, and then I'm going to do the same for this one. I'm going to make it 4 inches. Although for this trick to work, you don't have to do it that way. So I'm going to take the first square, I'm going to come up here to the position, and I'm going to put in a 1 and hit the tab key, and another 1 and hit the tab key. So now you'll see it's perfectly aligned into this corner. Now I want to take the second square and I want it to match perfectly here. Now I can eyeball it up and down and hope that I get there. But using measurements is going to make it so much easier. So we know the Y already is going to be 1 inch, and that will match them at the top. Now in order for them to match here, this line has to be exactly the same. Well, we have 1 inch here, and if I click on this, this is 4 inches wide, so we know this has to be at 5 inches. So that's 1 plus 4 will give me the right one. So I know my measurement here has to be 5 inches. And now we have two objects that are perfectly matched together. I'm just going to group them. Now you can do the same thing coming down. Now these are grouped. I'm just going to duplicate that group. I'm going to bring it down. Now what I want to do is match these two here. So we already know that it's 1 inch coming from this side, so our X position is 1. Now coming down we have 1 inch plus, we know we have 4 inches coming down, so 1 plus 4 equals 5. So now what we need to do, I'll click on this one again, we know this has to be at 5 inches. And now those 4 items are perfectly aligned. I am just going to group them, and you'll see it's one piece, and there's nothing that we can do in the center. I could pull another circle and try to align it in the center here. What I'm going to do is take the two together. Because they are grouped, I'm going to be able to come up to the align, and I'm going to center it horizontally. And select it again and center it vertically. And it looks like I have all of them here. That is perfect. So now they are aligned, but the biggest problem is I can't really see the circle. So the circle is in the back, and you'll notice it in the layers panel where it has come down to the back. So I can just take this and go above the groups. I should be able to slide it up. And there we go. Sometimes it's hard to get it to slide up that way. If you can't, you can always select it from the layers panel and come up here to arrange and make sure it's sent to the front. So that's a couple of little tricks that you can do in order to align things and of course arrange them in the way you want. So I hope you enjoyed this little mini lesson, and until next time, happy crafting.